Continuing from the previous video, when a SQL firewall blocks the execution of any statement, it writes it into the violation log. Let's see that. For that, we can use this statement, DBA SQL firewall violations. Okay, now it says app_user tried to execute this statement, and this is not part of the allow list, and this was executed at this time. This is from the violations table. Now let's try to modify the firewall policy for this user. Previously, we used this thing, block is true. Now we will modify and set it as block is equal to false, so that user will be able to execute any SQL even if it is not part of the allow list. Let's see that. For that, we need to make use of this procedure, dbms_SQL firewall update allow list enforcement, and for the user, and we are enforcing the enforce SQL, and the block is false. We need to run this as this user. If you want to see the details of the policy, we can use this query, app user, and the firewall policy is enabled, and it is enforcing the SQLs. Since we just modified the block as false now, it is saying no. Now let's try to execute the same SQL and see. It allowed the user to execute this SQL, even though this is not part of the allow list. And it would be logged into the firewall violations table also. Let's see that. Okay, now we can see for the same app user, the user tried to execute the statement which is not part of the allow list, and it was executed during this time. And this is of the previous execution details. So this way we can update the policy for the user to allow the user to run any statement, even if it is not part of the allow list. Also, let's try to purge the violations. And for that, we can use this procedure. So this way, we can control the SQLs that a user can execute using the SQL firewall, and we can modify the policy enforcement for the user and purge the violation log. Thank you.